Hi, my name's Infinite, and you're listening to Infinite Rocket Power. This podcast will be updated on a weekly or bi-weekly basis regarding topics in my life and different aspects and perspectives about life. Today's topic is business etiquette. How's everybody doing today?
What's up? What's good?
Doing good, doing good.
Good. No complaints.
Doing
Okay.
doing fantastic.
I'm feeling like we have a lot of business people in the room.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
And do.
All right.
Firstly new to the content. Firstly new.
All right. And before we get started, y'all want to introduce yourself?
We can start with Trey. We start
Okay.
with Trey.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? My name's Dick Tracy. You can call me Tracy for short. Thank you for having me here today.
All right.
Hello, everyone. This is Be Aroma Scent or Be Aroma hair and beard products.
Okay.
My name is XOXO Jew. Happy to be here today. You know what I'm saying? Nickname Jew, but name Juju. Nice to be here.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Xavier. In the Horizon, I'm a builder. Outside the building, still do custom shoes here and there. So check me out and get to know me.
All right. Thank you, Xavier. You all know me, Infinite Rocket Power.
Hey, and I'm Crack Goddess. I'm a full-time candy maker and owner of the Crack House Candy. I also am a social butterfly in Horizon. So hope to see y'all soon.
Hi, my name is the one Terica, social butterfly as well too, media influence, career digital owner of Creations by the one Terica. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook as well.
All right. And it looks like we also have a special guest that's supporting us over there in silence, Miss QT. She's an artiste.
Hello, how y'all doing?
What's up, cutie?
Hi.
All right. Today's topic is business etiquette. We want to share our business experiences and ways people can grow as business people. Now, in this community, sometimes people say they want to start a business or want to be a part of business, but they don't sometimes operate or maybe fall short in the manner in which to run a successful business. Now, what are your all's opinions and feels on that topic? Let's start with you, Trey.
Okay. I think a lot of people who are kind of inept to running a business just lack that basic skill, not due to any fault of their own, but it starts like, personally, I think at the education system, the elementary school, middle school, high school, they give you the basic tools that you need to be able to go out and work for a business or run a business, but they don't teach you how to do either. You know what I mean? So lack of etiquette is not really anybody's fault. Some people got to go out there, they got to figure it out themselves. And some people are just, they come by it naturally. So it's not really something that I think that you can fault people for not having. You got to do it.
Okay.
And learn.
Interesting. Miss Bia?
Well, back in the day when I first started working, I started working at 15 years old, and I'm 50 now. And when I started working, they taught us that the customer was right. No matter what the situation was, the customer was right. And nowadays, we don't have that type of etiquette anymore in business. The customer, it doesn't matter what happens. The what you call them? The employee will disrespect the customer, and that's wrong. In order to stay in business, you have to give more than what you're getting back, and you're gonna have to, give up something to the customer in order to keep a customer. But the etiquette nowadays is not right. They just treat customers any kind of way, and that's not how you keep a business. But they're not being taught to allow the customer to be right or come, have a question or get a correct answer. They're not being taught that anymore.
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Jew?
My full, me just starting off like on this business stuff, it's just like common sense with most of this stuff, like communication, how the way you approach people, how do you just assert yourself with certain people? It's just common sense at this point. You know what I'm saying? How do you talk to somebody? How do you greet them? Make sure that you actually see more than just you, here to sell something. Like approach them like, hey, how's your day? And then, do what you got to do. It's not that hard. And it also is like, if you do own a business with multiple people, it's like it's just basically you got to work together. It's more than just one person on top of the top. It's all of y'all on top working together. So that's all I got to say.
Xavier?
I really want to touch on what Tracy was saying about the people that's now coming to trying to get their own business done and want to get a business running in a way. I'm kind of new into the business field. You feel me? I have a cousin that stays in Nebraska, and him and his wife, they have their own business. So they kind of really taught me more about the business aspects and how to run the business or how to try to be in a business. You feel me? So yeah, that's pretty much what I have.
All right. Miss Craig Goddess.
Oh yes. So what I would say is I'm gonna agree with Tracy on the fact that people aren't, it's not taught how to run a business. It's not taught. And back to what Xavier was saying, and Jew is, it's common sense. You do what come natural. But the real problem is a lot of business owners, they don't care about their businesses to accommodate a client so they come back for more. So what happens is the business owner is somewhere out of touch and they have a general manager, a person that's getting paid. And, people are not going to care about your company like you care about your company unless you hands in, like full hands in, or have those people on your team that are like full hands in for your business to thrive. So I'm going to say, what was the question again? Was the question more so like, advice, or is it just in general?
Just in general, and how can people be better have business etiquette if they're not raised in that, or they even know what the standards of that are?
Well, my advice would be, you gotta that's what I mean by people. They think about business and think about just making the money. You have to really care about it and be passionate about what you're doing in order for it to thrive. If you're not, you just might well leave it alone, because it ain't just another dollar. It's building a rapport with your clients.
I feel that.
That's all I'm gonna say. People open these businesses and they create T-shirts and they say, "Oh, I want to sell these T-shirts. I'm about to post on my Instagram and create a business account and open a store and just do with everybody T-shirts." And boom, they order a T-shirt off a line. They never get to meet you. Are you putting a nice note in there? Are you putting a candy bag in there? Are you connecting with your clients and letting them know why these T-shirts are important to you? Like, you really have to be passionate about things in order for them to thrive.
You know what, Craig? I had somebody do that. I had bought a product from somebody, and she really didn't have to do it, honestly. But she was just like, I really care for my customers, and I want you to have more, and I want you to shop with me again. So she put more, like, small little accessories that was in the bag, and I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cute. I was like,
it made you
really
feel
got
special.
me hooked up with the bag, right?
Right.
So yeah, it was really cute. I appreciate that.
It's about those personal experiences. So yeah.
And those small gestures do go a long way. I myself do have my own business, Prosperity Boutique, and when I create the little custom box and throw the little hand card and give you a little free gift, and you open it up and don't expect it, that highlights somebody's day to say, hey, you took the time out to give me something special, and now I feel special.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Terica.
Yes, I'm going to go along to what everyone was saying at the table in regards to the education of the business and the business etiquette. So with that, it takes a lot of work to start a business, to run a business, to maintain a business, right? I mean, you really have to put in that work and effort. It's not just setting up a shop, like Craig kind of said, and just opening it. You have to do your research, market research. You have to do what your competitors are doing. You have to do price points on everything. You have to do your data analytics on it as well, too. So it's those involvements and what you want to get out of your business. What is your business? What do you want to project out of your business? So those types of deep dive questions to you, your team, and to what you, the aspects of it, that's what you have to understand in the business aspect. And as far as the education, if you're not raised in an environment or in a home that doesn't know anything about the business, networking. Look at the people that are around you that you know that have a business or operate or friends. Have those conversations. It's better to have those conversations with those people who are in that same mental mind state of the business mind, and have conversations with them. People who own businesses or involved in that are really, really, really free to give that advice and that guidance.
But they don't.
So it just right.
True.
But here's the thing too, that they don't, but here's the thing too, is because of people, human element. I'll always have to look at that human element because I'm from the human resources, right? So when people, you can give some people advice. And sooner or later, if they don't start taking it, then you kind of back off of giving people advice, right? Because of your personal experiences. So it's not that person is not, gatekeeping it. Is because of their past experiences, and that's what you have to take into consideration as well. Well, let me try to break down that wall. Just because that person's not giving me what I need, well, let me find another avenue to break down that wall. And that happens to be if you really want that person to be involved in that business or get that guidance from that person, right? But in any case, you still can have many other people in this world right here. There are tons of people that you can lean on for advice, that you can observe, that you can watch, take notes, do the research, and then start operating. And for the business that do fail, guess what? Your business may fail. I mean, that's business 101. A business is going to fail, but how are you going to react to that failure?
How are you going to recover?
Are you going to recover?
Show people how you recovered.
And take those notes too, just because you felt at something that is an education value as well.
So I got a question.
Good point.
So just by you, just by the person that fails their business, do you think they should try their same business again, or do you want them to try something else? Because I don't want them to feel like they gotta go get out their element, because something that they really love to do, but since it failed, they gotta find something else to do.
It's not.
Speaking from experience, I changed the name of my business 3 times. I was evicted from my apartment for the success of my business because it drew long lines. At that point, I had nowhere to sell my stuff at, so I had to make it work on my own, which was, innovation. That's what I'm going to say. Don't ever change your product and what you love to do. Innovate it. Make it more innovative. Make it to where you position it different. All this about is position it in a different way. So don't ever think you have to change your product itself or the thing that you love itself. Just change the way you go about selling it, marketing it, naming it. You could change the name of your product. It could be the same damn shirt, but you could change the name to something else and it may sell more than what it did prior to the previous name. So it's all about innovation. Yeah, and I'm speaking from experience because, like I said, y'all, my business name changed 3 times. The third one, that's the one that took off. Yeah.
You got to reach your market as well. You got to know your market.
Market research.
Yep. Yes, you have to know your market. Like, I sell hair products. And where I live at, it's mostly Mexicans and Hispanics in my area. So I have to take my business to an area that I know is gonna gravitate to my business.
Right.
Because I know no one here, they're not gonna gravitate to it. Like I tell people, I'm a black woman running a black business, but my hair products is for all hair types. It's not just for one hair type. But you have to know your target market.
I got a fro right now, B. I got to check your hair products out, girl.
And Xavion, I want to tag on to what Craig Goddess said. She's absolutely correct. So just because if that's what you want to do and you're very passionate, you really wanted to work at it,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, do the market research. If it's something that you need to change with your PR, get a PR team together, a market strategy. Get your logos out to see what change, what it. And also, I'm going to say this: going back, it's very good to get market research and do a market, see what people like and don't like, and take that. It goes back to what the customer is right. So that is what they mean by what the customer's always right, because you have to listen to your audience. Your audience is your customers. Take that feedback in. Don't ever think that feedback is going to be negative, because that's honest feedback. That's your customers. That's the fan base, right?
Right.
So you have to take that in and then reassess.
Okay.
So
Pivot.
let me ask you this: with that being said, what kind of personality type do you think you need to have to run a successful business, to be that person?
Determined. That's the only time. That's the only time I
Look,
can
she
say
said it
determined. I'm saying determined.
Say
Period.
resilient.
And that she is absolutely correct.
That's a good
And
one.
empathetic, because you have to see empathy in other people in order to be able to know what they need and give it to them.
Right. Say less.
But also like a strong mental, you know, because if it fails once, you gotta be able to get yourself back up and try it again.
Ooh,
No matter what.
their mental
You can't
state
just give up
something
on the
else. Their mental state something else, yo. Because I feel like
For real.
if something fails for me, like everything, like my whole brain just shambles. Like I can't pick myself back up. But it's basically what Craig and Terry was saying. Like you got to change something,
Right.
change the name, change how the color of something is, or you know what I'm saying. You got to make something pop. So
Change your
I
whole
just feel with it.
dynamics of how you constructed your business. Maybe something
Right.
in that dynamics was incorrect, and that goes along with finding your market people, because you ask them what do they need, what do they want, and then you schedule your business around that so that you meet
Right.
your market, and never feel like because you failed that's the end of it. Failure is needed in business, because you will
Right.
not excel until you fail.
I love it.
True.
I
love
wouldn't
it.
even call it failure. I just say it's ups and
A
downs.
stumble,
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yep,
It's,
a
Right.
stumble.
it's an up and down in business. It's up and down.
because it's learning.
And
You,
you-
gotta
But
learn.
you keep going. And whenever you get discouraged, go look at one of your customer reviews. Even if
Mhm.
it was your first customer. Go back in your phone and look at what your customer said about you. That one review, that one positive thing that you got, it'll overpower anything negative that you may be thinking in your head, because it's all mental. Ain't nobody thinking it but you. I promise you. Ain't nobody thinking it but you. You know, they like, he
Right.
got a good line, he got a good shirt. I bought one of his shirts, you know, or whatever the product may be, you know, but somebody else may not order it that day, and you may feel like, dang, I'm failing. Or somebody might not order it the next day, the next week, you know. That don't mean you
Right.
fail. It just means you gotta market it more, you gotta pay for some Instagram promotions, or you know, put some bedazzled
around
jewelry
what
on it.
people
You
like.
know, just make it
Yeah.
pop a little more. Do something different. Do what works. That's what I'm gonna say. Do what
And
works.
I think to
And
touch on
I'm
that,
gonna also-
to kind of touch on what, oh my bad. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
To kind of like answer Infinite's question and to touch on what you said something earlier, Terica, is it's important to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. I had a business partner in the past who wasn't necessarily a like-minded individual.
Yep.
If you don't surround yourself with people who have that go-getter mentality, who want more than what they're doing, who have that plan, who have that determination, then you're gonna be where you at right now. And I like to measure my success in increments of 5 years. 5 years from now, am I in a better position than I was 5 years ago? 5 years ago, right now, am I in a better position than I was 5 years ago? That makes sense. So
Right.
surround yourself with like-minded individuals. That the type of person, the type of mentality, the question that you asked, that it takes to run that successful business is, you know, surrounding yourself with people with like-minded mentalities. That's part of it. And it'll really help your mental. If you fail, if you succeed, you're around people who want to do well, who want to go places, and like she said, network. And I'm part of a meetup group. I attend a couple of meetup groups online, and some of them just for fun. Some of them are social networking. And I go out and I meet all kinds of people. And even on the ones that are just for fun, I meet all kinds of people with all kinds of different business backgrounds. And I'm like, oh, let me get, you know, you make beats? Oh, I make beats. Let me get your number. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's really important too. And this will be the last thing I say on it, don't, not to sound harsh, but don't ask advice from people who are doing less than you.
Right.
I don't mean for that to sound harsh at all, but I'm just saying, like, you can't go to the streets and ask, no disrespect on people who are living in the streets, but you can't go to the streets and ask a bum about business. Maybe you can if he was a failed business person, I don't know, but like you got to ask somebody, kind of what Terica and Cracks touched on, is you got to ask somebody that's doing better than you. You got to, go to these social networking events and get it.
Right.
I want to touch on something that Dick was saying, Trey was saying, and also invest in yourself. You may not see it, but if you do not invest in yourself, who's going to invest into you, right? You have to put into your own money, or however those funds, you have to put it into yourself, your business, right? If it's marketing, if it's conducting it, whatever it may be, you have to put in that money. You have to put in that money for yourself into it. Going along to what Trey was saying, into, I think where the lines that he was going to is like correlation or analogy. If you're in a relationship and someone who just got, and your best friend just broke up a relationship, and you're asking that person for relationship advice, and she's going to give you worse advice, or that person's going to give you worse advice, right? So you can't ask a person. So I think that's along the lines that he was going for. So ask a person, but those advice is still good advice, right? So take it, all education, all advice, all networking, all forms of people. That's all education, all advice. You can take every key elements from everyone, but it's up to you of which ones you want to take from it.
Right.
And always make those bad ones into a positive ones. Like if you see someone who is doing not exactly what you want to do, who's yelling at their customers, bad marketing, bad treating their employees bad, okay, that's still education, right? That's someone that you probably not want to be, but you see that person's marketing strategy, right? Maybe it works, but that's something that you have to take into yourself. What do you want to do? What kind of business person do you want to do? How do you want to operate your business by the networking and advice and guidance that you see around you? Right. But investing in yourself is a very key point too.
And I want to say something too after Terica. I want to say, when it comes down to business as well, don't stress yourself out with starting up a business and the things that you have to do to get it started out. Don't stress yourself out. Just look at it as, okay, this is about to be fun. I'm doing what I love. Let me go out and feel like this little paperwork. This is what I got to have, and just have fun with everything you do, because I'm not going to tell y'all no lie. I had no plans for my business. No, how I was going to start it or what I was going to do or what flavors they was going to get. I just was feeding people like, here you go, taste this, try this, taste this, try this, putting it in their mouth. I had no plan written out. No, I wasn't even licensed at that time. I just was giving people my products like, try this. And they're like, oh, it's good. And they calling my phone back and everything. Next thing I know, word of mouth spread. I had a line outside my door. I had no plan for this. I knew nothing. Like, I literally had to do what Terica said, do the research. Do the research on what you got to acquire for you to have the type of business. And then when you move into your brick and mortar store, you got a whole nother set of licenses that you got to have, but don't never let nothing that you love, like, and being a business owner, it's something in it that you love. Don't let none of that shit stress you out. Just move and go and flow and live in the present. So that's why my advice to anybody that's starting out a business or that currently has a business that they're passionate about, don't give up on it. Just keep going, because every day gonna bring something different. I promise you, it's gonna be some light at the end of that tunnel. Just don't stress yourself about it, or I gotta do this, I can't afford to do that. Do what the fuck you can afford to do and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit stress you out. Feed as many people. Get as many shirts out as you can, or hair products out as you can. Hey, hell, make some little sample bottles. Let people sample your stuff out. Next thing you know, they want something out your trunk. They want something out your bag. Whatever you selling it out of, they gonna support you. So yeah, don't think too hard on it. That's the stressful part, I feel.
One thing I love about being a business owner is watching people, or even hearing people say good things of when they receive my products, when they use my products. That is the best feeling ever, to know I created this and everybody likes it. or loves it, whichever way whichever you want it. But the self gratification is so amazing. It's so amazing. Go ahead, Xavier.
Oh, so what Cracker was saying, I just want to reach out this little quote that my homegirl tagged me on Facebook, and I felt like it kind of touched me a little bit, but it said, you have these new ideas, but you're questioning, should you use them? Spirit is saying that these ideas are going to increase your finances tremendously, and it's crazy that she had tagged me in that post because, like I said, I used to do custom shoes, and when COVID hit, I had started doing nails for females and stuff. And I really feel like I'm very creative dealing with colors and stuff like that. But when it came down to the custom shoes, I was just like, Zay, is this something that you really want to do? Like you real passionate about colors and painting and stuff like that. But is there something that you really deep down inside can do? And I know people is gonna buy my products and they love the artwork that I done did on the shoes and the nails and stuff. But it's just me that constantly question myself, Zay, is this gonna push you to the next level? Is this gonna give you finances? Is this, you know what I'm saying? I'm just constantly thinking.
It will, Zay. It will. And you know what? Like Bill was saying, and everybody was saying, like, you gotta know your market. You doing custom shoes. A lot of adults, they don't fuck with custom shoes, but guess who do? They children. They motherfucking children. Them
They
little
gotta find the
kids.
right
You need to be creating some Peppa Pig, some LOL, some what was that new cartoon the kid be watching? They stuck to it like glue.
Paw Patrol and stuff
Paw
like that.
Patrol. What's the other one?
Cocoa
They
Melon.
stuck like glue on it.
Cocoa
Cocoa
Melon.
Melon. That's it. All you gotta do is create a Cocoa Melon line, Xavier. I promise you, baby. All you gotta do is create a Cocoa Melon line. Post them things on TikTok, Instagram, have all your friends sharing it, and that thing gonna go viral. Them kids, that's your client, because adults get what they like: white forces, name brand shoes, and the women, we like the little bedazzled Crocs. That's your market too, the bedazzled Crocs. So get into it, friend. Get into it. Get into them kids' shoes.
Know it till you do it. You won't know it
you
till
say you
do
like
it.
colors and everything. Get into them little girls and them little boy shoes and them women Crocs and with the bedazzles and all that. Oh baby, we'll be a customer. Believe that. I paid $400 for 2 pairs and still ain't got them. She ain't customized shit. The being a woman of me is like, leave it alone, let it be. But the ghetto part of me is like, bitch, I will beat your ass for these 400. But I had to let it slide because we have, as business owners, we got images to maintain. So
that's right.
We just gonna let it slide instead of catching you in the street. So yeah.
She's right. She's absolutely right. I'll maintain that image because I have to hold back some of my thoughts too. I'm like, maybe it's time.
Yeah.
Now back to etiquette. That's a business.
That's a business.
Holding back.
Yeah.
Even in here, I've been subjected to some things in here as far as my business wise, and I really had to cross my legs, bite my tongue, everything. Like, I really want to give it to you like Beyondra would give it to you, but I can't. Because I run in these meta streets under my business name. I don't run in here under Beyondra. Okay?
Yeah.
Going back, yes. Going back to what Xavier, it's funny too because you never know what the opportunities may lie before you. Right? If you create a custom shoe for a customer or one customer, right? Even though that's something that you may not your forte or you may not be passionate in, just because you did it one time, that person would go to school or go to the mall or right? Wait a minute, where'd you get those shoes? Where are you get that from? Oh, Xavier. Who's Xavier? And you never know what opportunities may bring to you that can give you jump start. Yeah, I do these custom shoes. Yes, people do talk. I do these custom shoes, but I also do such and such. So don't limit yourself as well. Never limit it yourself. You can push that product out.
Blue jean jacket.
Right.
And throw in the blue jean jacket.
Out. Right, exactly.
Thank you.
And then also promote yourself as to what other objects or projects that you do have in line that you're pushing out as well. Right. So don't limit yourself.
So let me ask
stop having yes people in your crew. Like you can have one or two, but stop having those yes people around. Like stop. maybe one or two, but because those yes will have you thinking, oh, I'm doing right. No.
Ooh.
Right.
And speaking on that, let me
Have
ask you
people
all
that-
this. Well, you can go ahead, Miss B.
I was just wanted to say, have people in your circle that's going to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You need people that's going to tell you the
Right.
truth. You don't want people that's going to lie to you because they want to keep you as a friend. I don't want a friend that's going to tell me that's not going to tell me the truth.
Right.
If I'm messing up, tell me I'm messing up.
And ideas. Have friends that give you ideas. This is
Yeah.
my favorite
Yes.
quote right here to anybody. Eat the meat and throw the bone away.
Throw away the
when they're
bones.
talking to anybody.
Yes.
Anybody. That means you eat the meat that you think is good, that you know is good, that, yeah, this good, I could do this. But you throw the bullshit that they just told you away. Don't listen to everything now.
Right.
So keep that in mind.
And I
as
want to
well.
touch on something that Crack said earlier that came to my mind. When she said having your friends share it, it doesn't take much to share, to support your friends or creators or other business owners, right? Again, with this in here, we have social media. Everybody in here has social media because we create these on social media, IGs on things. It doesn't take much to hit that heart, to hit that
Right.
comment. I like this. It doesn't
Share.
take much to do that, to share. It doesn't take much to do that because you're supporting, even though it's not even though you're not giving like anything money wise, that like and that comment or that share, that goes a long way. So I try to do the best that I can when my IG pops up those free stories to like it, to always put that like or something onto there.
Right.
So speaking of
So-
support and friends, how do you all deal and motivate yourself when you see your friends liking Starkeisha's photos and she's shaking ass and like they like it and love it and love it and love it, but here you are starting a business that can possibly change the world and they act like they didn't see it or that what you starting a business? I didn't know, girl. How do you all deal with that?
Well, they
Reciprocation.
no longer your friend no more. Let me tell you that. They do things like that. They no longer your friend. They was never your friend. It's always been envy. Now, I'm going to tell you this. Starting out my business, I told all my friends to quit their job. All 7 of them, my best friends. I told them, quit y'all job, come work for me. Oh, they came to work when they felt like it. Oh, they came when they got their hair done, when they got their hair braided and haircut, and telling me they can't come in because they don't feel good today and they cannot go for anything, But, the support thing, who your true friends are when they are sharing your stuff, when they are liking your stuff, when they are supporting what you do, not thinking about you as being the turn-up friend or the cool friend from back in the day, but now they looking at you like the business owner friend, and it's not a good look when they can't see you as your old self. So what I come to find is now I have no friends except for my friends I got in the metaverse. I got some homies and some brothers and some family out here, but when it comes down to my friends, like once you employ your friends, they no longer your friends no more because they looking at you like a boss, and that's a problem for them. So I'm gonna just say, be more in tune and more talkative to the people that share your stuff, that like your stuff, that comment on your posts, that do support you, because you're gonna have the strangers support you before people that because they looking at you like your old self always and not the new business you. So don't let it discourage you at all. Just look at it for what it is and take it for what it is. Don't pressure nobody to do nothing, that they should do because morally they didn't have it planned anyway. They watching, they double clicking the ass shaking,
Let me
And
add
I-
one through to that. I'm sorry, Terica, because she just really caught some. Craig. Girl, if you don't speak my language, because I feel like if you was a part of something, or just if you were just a part of anything and you know about it, and you not showing the same love that you showing to your other teammates, what's the point of you joining the team? What's the point of you actually trying to pretend like you here to support?
to not
It's
look
behind
like
closed
what
doors.
they are actually are. That's why
Mm.
it's a facade.
You
It's
got
a
people.
facade.
You see what I'm
You
saying?
got people
you fake
who-
supporting, but you ain't
They
doing what
don't
you
want to
supposed
look
do.
like a hater to you, but they are envy of
Exactly.
you. Envy is one of the main things that happen in business. Your own friends, your own family, they'll envy you. You'll never know nothing about it. Never know nothing about it. But those actions, they speak volumes. So that's why it's important.
Yes, they do.
Although you busy in your business, you need to pay attention to those people around you. Pay attention to the facial expressions when you got good news. Pay attention to the way they act when things go down. You will know. Just trust your instincts.
And those subliminal jokes.
Yeah. Oh, baby, the subliminal jokes. One of my friends told me, "Oh, you think your money can do for you? You think I called that friend again? Seen that friend again? Oh, crack! You think your money can do for you? I never said that. Not a one time out my mouth. Anything you needed, I gave it to you without you asking. How the hell you think I think that? I never said that. I've always been a humble person. I made $2 million off of my business in the first 2 years. So I never one time treated my friends like I was never in their position, or I'm not trying to get nowhere. You trying to get a house? Okay, boom, I found you one. The lease already paid for. All you gotta do is pay the rent. You know, people not grateful for the things that you do for them either. You know, you can do all that for a person and they'll still sit right there and treat you like a boss and not a friend. Every time they call you, it's about the job or about the work that they doing that day. It's never about how you doing today, friend. What's up? Let's go get something to drink. Let's go get something to eat. Want to come over for dinner? You no longer their friend no more when you're doing stuff for them like that. And that's the one thing I hate about it. It's like you got to choose your friendship or your business. Or if your friend's gonna work with you in business. And my advice would be, don't have their ass nowhere near the motherfucker. Okay?
That's right.
All right.
That's like working with family. That's one of the hardest transitions to make, is when you in a group of friends, is being the follower to the leader. And they have that, if you have that business mindset and they have that follow mentality, I'm a follower, I'm a follower, you a fan. But you on some like business type shit, and they can't relate to that. So it goes on, or it goes with that envy that you talked about, and it's a hard transition to make from being friend to business partner. Not everybody can do that. And you hit the nail on the head with something else too about little slick comments that they be making or whatever. I think it was you, or it might have been you, I can't remember. But yeah, they make slick comments. They always checking to see if you doing bad. They never excited to hear that you doing good. They always want to see that you doing worse than them, because it lifts them up if you doing worse. So the hardest transition to make is being a friend, a follower to a leader. And it can only be one. It's only going to be one, maybe two. Maybe you got a business partner. Maybe you got, a group of business partners, but that's a hard transition to make.
Yeah, and it's really sad. It's really sad, because what I can say as business owners, us all sitting at this table, I can't say that nobody wouldn't want anybody to not support their business, and you wouldn't sit there and not support your friend in what they did. Even though a lot of people feel like running a business is not for me, everybody, and I mean everybody on the earth has the capability of running a business.
Yes,
whether it's selling earrings or crochet socks. Everybody has a hobby that they love that they can turn into a business, and they choose not to do so. And when you are a business owner and you got friends that work for your business because they don't want their business, but you see a quality in them and you like, girl, you should turn it into a business, or boy, you should turn it into a business, and they don't take your advice, but they sit right there and they envy on what you got going on, and you try to lift them up and push them up somewhere else. And that's the part that I feel like hurts a lot of business owners, because we not only business owners, we real people behind the business, okay?
Right.
And people just look at you like, you got money, you good, you taking care of, you run your own stuff. They envy you, and it's sad. It's really sad.
When I first started my business, I started on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and everybody knows on Instagram and Facebook, you got your family, you got your friends, you got your co-workers, you got everybody on you. Shoot, if you go to church, you got your church members on there. I never, ever got one sale off of social media. Not one. I didn't start making money for my business till I came to the metaverse. A bunch of strangers supported me, and still do to this day support me out of here. And this is why I run my business out of here. I had a girlfriend. I told her about the metaverse, and I said something on social media, and she said to me on social media on Facebook, "Oh, everybody got to have a hobby." See, that's what I'm talking about. Them slick jokes. What do you mean everybody got to have a hobby? This is not a hobby. I told you I run my business from here. This is real money I make from here.
And hobbies turn into businesses. Sugar.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
She was like, everybody got to have a hobby. And that really hurt me because this is somebody I grew up with from grade school to say something like that to me.
Wow.
And that let me know somewhere deep in your heart, you felt some type of way about the life I live.
Mm-hmm.
And Terica?
Well, that just tells you a little bit about that person's mindset, because she's talking about hobby mean playing around with or enjoyment. What is her definition of a hobby and where she's going with it? Maybe it's different.
I guess she felt like I was just in here playing.
And that's good too, playing and making money.
A lot of people think that.
Because everybody I talk to in here is a potential customer for me.
And you know why? And it's because she looking at that old bill, the old school bill. You know what I'm saying? From what she knew you for before. See, people, they always look at business owners as who you was when you was in high school, who you was when you was in elementary school. They not looking at you as the new person that you are, because the people change every day. You know,
That's
we
right.
change every day. We evolve. And,
That's right.
you know, for people to even just still think of you like the little Terica from the barbecue, like, get the fuck out of here. You know, get over yourself, you know.
Yep.
I'm running a business.
But, you know,
gonna buy
I think it was more of on the line of, okay, I got to go to work every day. How she get to stay home and do what she do and still live. And I go to work every day. But she don't realize I go to work every day too.
Yeah.
I come in here
business.
10 o'clock in the morning every day and run my business as if it was on Market Street, 559 Market Street. No, I come here and I work and I run my business. But people don't look at it like that. People don't see the struggle and the hard work that you do when it's running a business.
Behind the scenes.
It's a lot of hard work, and not just in the business field, just keeping people, you know, in line, because people want to get you when you run in a business. They feel like you said, "Oh, you got money, you good." I run my business straight out my pocket. I don't have no grants. I don't have no bank, what they call it, business loan. I run it straight from my pocket with no job.
Yes.
It's a great
I
time
want
to
to
be
touch
a
on
black
something
business
of what
owner.
Trey.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. What Trey had said about hiring your friends and your family members, right? For me, I haven't hired anyone because I don't need, well, let me not say that. But I have worked or supervised family and friends, right? And that's a mentality. You have to put that in straight. Okay, yes. When I'm in, like from the military standpoint, right? Some people you grew up together, your friends, your comrades, and then but you get ranked higher than that other person, right? And now you that person's leader, and they're underneath you, but they're seeing you as that friend. Oh, I can get. Hold on for a second. Let's get this out of the gate. Good. Those boundaries have to be set at that very first conversation when you're hiring, especially when you're hiring someone that is in your inner circle or your family or friends. Like, okay, yes, I know Uncle Bob, Uncle Charlie.
Good luck with that.
You know, I know that you're my
Good
uncle.
luck
I
with
will
that.
do that. But here's what's going to happen now. Those boundaries. And if you don't abide by and that's the thing, your boundaries, you can't cross those boundaries. You can't let certain things go.
Right.
What you abide by, that's what you have to say. You have to speak what you talk and talk what you mean, right? At that beginning of the conversation, because no one's going to take you serious unless you abide by your own standards and your own boundaries.
And the
And that's
first
with
time you let
everyone.
it slide, they'll do it again.
And that goes for
Yeah, and
everyone.
they-
You have to treat your family and friend members just like your regular employees, and that
Yep.
conversation needs to be stated as well.
Damn.
I know we're
No
close, I know
testing.
we're friends, but as soon as you walk
No,
in
they
this
don't care
door,
about that.
as soon as
That's
you
how
do
about you
this,
fired
this
him like a real person.
mentality. Correct.
Yeah.
And if you do not abide by this rules or what have you, if you keep this, then yes, I will terminate you.
Yep.
And my friendship here, that's up to you if you want to close it. But I'm letting you know right here, this is my business and this is how we're going to run it.
That's
you
right.
can
And
join
that
it.
right there, you won't be invited to no barbecue.
Right.
No,
And that's fine
no
with me.
family
And
get
I'm fine with
together.
that. And that's
Everybody
fine with
Circle
me.
hates
becomes
you.
a period.
Oh,
That's
I'm
fine
speaking
with
from
me.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's right.
I'm
that's
speaking
fine.
from
I'm
good
experience.
with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
and that's,
ladies
and
do
that's a
that.
mental, and that's a
Women do
mental
Oh,
that you
you'll
have to
never.
do, Zavion. That you have to
You'll
think
never.
about. You have to think
Mhm.
about all of these little downfalls that are going, or potential downfalls about relationships, whether it's be your family, friends, significant others, what have you. Are you willing to lose those? Are you willing not to do that? So that's some things that you have to take into consideration all the time. All the time.
Mhm.
How are you going to handle those type of situations? How are you going to move in that situation if you do lose a close friend? And again, going back to the social media aspect when it's sharing the postings and stuff, what exactly do you do as well too? Because if it's, I know a lot of my friends, they will DM me their posts. Can you share this? Bet I'm gonna share it. Because not all the time, and this is honestly, not all the time on Instagram or Facebook, I see my feed or the stories, right? Some of them don't feed up. So we may not, let's give allowances, right? Just a little bit of allowances for your friends. DM them, hey, can you share this for me? Then those actions after that to see what happens, right?
Right.
Because they may not have seen it in their feed, right? They may know what you're doing, but they may not see it. And you have to think about, again, the human element. Maybe they were scrolling down, liking, or maybe, and then as soon as they saw yours, or yours were about to come up, maybe they had to do something, take care of the family, kids, go grocery shop, Right, got distracted, right? So DM them, hey, can you share this for me? I appreciate it, the love and the support.
Got you.
So you also have to do your part as well. You can't always say, well, I posted this, they didn't like it, What did you do? Did you DM them? Maybe they didn't see it. Consider those allowances for human flaws and the mistakes.
It's that motivation. I like that. That's like I served in the military, and just going back on what you touched on, as soon as I got my stripes, everybody that I was cool with tried to test me. But like she said, you got to let them know from the get-go. If somebody's coming to work for you, we cool, we boys and everything. But as soon as we on the clock, we leave that shit at the door. All right, I'm your employee. You my employee. All right, I'm your leader, or not leader, not in the military no more. But I'm your boss. You my employee. All right, we gonna motivate each other. We gonna help each other. I work for you. You work for me.
Yeah,
Right?
I love that.
And it's a mutual agreement like that. It ain't just like you work for me. It's like we work for each other, because these people are out here getting you money if they doing what they supposed to do. They getting you followers. They getting you subscribers. If they on your team, then they doing that for you. So you got to make sure that it's that mutual. There's that mutual give and take. You're not working for them. They're not working for you. Y'all working together. But you still the boss. And make that shit known.
I love it. I love it.
And remember, everybody is not your customer. Everybody is not your customer.
Okay.
I got 6 kids, and not one of my kids, all of them on social media, not one of them will share any of my stuff. None of them. And now if I say something, they'll do it. But none of them say, you know what, let me support mommy. These my kids. So everybody's not your customer. You can't be mad when people don't want to share your stuff, and when they don't support you. They're not your customer. Go find your customer.
I like
love that.
I
I
definitely
love
need to hear
that.
the last part.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ju, you have anything you want to add?
No, but I want to add on to what she said. Yeah, like if your mom do got a business and she's on social media, you should support. Even if she doesn't ask, you should still go out your way and be like, mom did just post this. Let me just give it out to you. Some of my friends might, be down to buy it. That's what I do for my auntie, because she got like this little chocolate thing she got going on, a little business, where she does like these Valentine's Day sales or like honeymoon sales and stuff, where she like does like the little stuff, and I'll be just seeing, and I'll be like, let me just post this on my Insta, post it on my Insta, share it, like it, comment it, hashtag it, whatever I can get her name out there, I'll do, and I'll support it regardless.
Exactly.
All right.
I share strangers, people I don't even know on Instagram, but I see them doing something positive, and I'll automatically just copy it and share it.
Right.
And they'll turn around and do the same thing for me. I'm telling you, find your customer, because
All right.
the ones you think is your customer is not your customer.
One last question. why is it that sometimes your friends don't want to pay your price? They'll pay Susie's price down the street, but they don't want to pay your price.
Cause you
That's
they
a cultural.
friend
That's a
and they
culture.
feel
Yeah,
like
it's a
it should be
cultural. I think
free
it
anyway.
I think it has
It's
to do with the
mind
cultural thing. Yeah, it's a cultural thing because let me get
They're
that
like,
for
you a
$5,
big
$10.
dog. You a big
Yeah,
dog. Let
tagging,
me
things
get a
like
big
that.
dog
family
price.
discount?
I know you personally.
Right.
You know, it's almost like asking Kanye for a free pair of Yeezys.
Right.
And you know
Right.
him. Like, Kanye, let me get them new
Right.
pair of Yeezys. Boy, I said you just dropped them. You
So
know.
are
he
you
might
saying
give
that's
to
a
you.
compliment? Them undercutting you is
No.
supposed to be a compliment?
No,
No, it's not a compliment. It's just a natural human thing. Now, you
Yeah,
know
it's a
how you got
natural.
brothers and sisters that you grew up in the house with, and
Yeah.
you like, bro, let me get them for the $5. I only got $5. You know, and it just be them feeling like, yeah, that's my girl. We still locked in. Let me get it for the low. They're not thinking
Yeah.
about it in the business aspect. Like, I have to pay for this packaging. I have to pay for these products wholesale. I have to pay for this. No, ma'am, I need my $10. What I said. I need my price because I had to pay for this stuff. You know, see,
For
they not
real.
looking at it like that. It's like, as business owners, we have certain perspectives on things, and as consumers or people that know you that's not a business owner, they have a whole nother perspective. They think you balling. They think you got inventory that lasts for 2 years. They think you ready to give some away. You know, this is literally
Okay.
what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Like, you got a lot of it.
Right.
Can I
Even
get one for the
samples
free?
cost you.
They don't
Even
understand.
Right, they
cost
do.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
You can
it's just
flip
that
it.
they
You can
don't
flip it.
understand.
You can flip that mentality, right? So if someone ever approaches you, now I'm just throwing this out there, suggestion wise. If someone asks you the next time someone says, "Oh, can I get a discount?" Here's a condition: I can give you a discount, but this is what you got to do. You got to post this.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
advertise
I
this.
love
You gotta do
it.
You
Yep.
gotta- Yes. Yes.
So
Mhm.
flip it.
Yep.
You always have to flip it. Like
I
what's
posted-
in it for you? Go ahead.
I posted something on Instagram, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday, of this young lady on Instagram. I follow her because she is such an inspiration. She's a Black-owned business. She does skincare, and she's doing all of this without any money, any grants, or anything. And it's a successful business. And she did a post stating she was highlighting everything that she paid for, and why do people ask her for a discount, or why is her prices so expensive? This is why her prices is so expensive. You have to pay for so many things in order to produce one product. Yep. My husband didn't even know I paid for a website. I'm like, there's nothing in life free. Nothing. Yes, I have to pay for a website.
And especially if you don't know
is
those
calling?
skills to develop, to create, and to do the coding, to do the website, right? You have to pay for it, and that right there. What Miss B was just talking about. People who are not in business do not understand what the time and the energy that goes behind, and the cost that we as business owners put in to do that. So just because this costs like $2.95 to make this, or the wrapper, like Christ Guy says, or her packaging costs this much, or a little plus, that whole entire thing costs her a lot for 20 or 30 items, right? But in order for her to make a profit, or anyone in here to make a profit, our prices have to go up just for us to make a profit into it. So that's what they don't understand. Oh, you have to make yes, that is what we're in the business for. We're not here. Yes, we're here to do charitable work and nonprofit work as well too. That's nothing to say. But as business owners, we're glad to do charitable work. Charitable works are very welcome in that case too. But also businesses to make money and to help others to make money as well. And that's what they don't see. That's what others do not see, the hard work and the investment that you put into your business.
They just see
Learning
the
code
fruit and not the label.
Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly.
Amen.
And that's exactly
Right.
what it is. That's exactly They see what the it fruit is. and not the label.
Yep. Because they don't understand.
And
But
that
you
right there,
you just got to get them together. Just get them together.
right, get together.
Get them
And
together.
that right there is what some people who do not understand the business aspects, when they say, "Oh, this person's doing well, Croc is doing well, Mr. B is doing well, Trey is doing well, Jew's doing well, Zavion's doing well. Well, let me do it. This is easy. If they could do it, I can do it. But they don't educate themselves. They don't do the research. They don't
Yes,
talk
know the
to
nighttime
Xavion. They don't talk to Miss B. They don't talk to Trey. They don't talk to Crack to see what's going on. And another thing too, I want to mention too, is this: when you're in here or outside, but in here mainly too. when you hear someone talk about a friend or a comrade, just because someone's your comrade doesn't make them your friend too, but that's a whole nother topic. But any case, you know what I'm talking about. But any case, support them as well. Don't let that negative energy, don't seep into that negative energy as well.
I like that.
Like if, for an example,
See, I don't play that.
Ayo Mike, if Ayo Mike,
Yeah,
like,
I don't play them type of games.
like Terica, damn, Terica said da 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 da. Like, no, hold on, you know.
I'm like, wait,
hold
no,
up.
What we not gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Shut it down. Yeah,
Shut that
shit down.
Yeah,
Real quick.
Correct. Yes, you do. You have to, because if you don't, guess what? I'm gonna know, or Crack's gonna know, or Miss B's gonna know. You know, metaverse streets is just like the real streets.
They be talking.
It get through faster than
Exactly.
You can tell somebody saw me in 5 minutes, and 5 minutes later, damn, who you there for? Like,
Right.
Exactly.
But also with the he say she say stuff comes into play too, and that can also damage your reputation, your brand as well too.
Yeah.
So you just need to have that conversations. Like, wait a minute, can I pull you to the side for a second? We just need to have a conversation.
Pull up.
One-on-one. Right.
I love
Shut
that.
it down quick.
Pull it up.
Yeah, pull up.
Right.
Because I'll party you real quick. Or pull up on you real quick. Like, hey, let me talk to you 1 second.
Okay.
You gotta make sure
Because you
know.
can't be playing. You can't be playing up in here, especially because a lot of people that I've actually came in contact with in here, they actually been to my store in real life. Like Bill came to my store. Burden came to my store. Southern came to my store. Beijing came to my store. Shango. I mean, it's so many people that I met in this Oculus that actually came to my store. You know, so that's another way of running your business too. Talk, network to these people up in here. You don't know who you talking to. You don't know how many kids they got, what kind of hair textures they got, what kind of businesses they got, and who they know and who they can, you know, plug you in with and everything.
Everybody is a potential customer. Everybody.
And a fan.
Because they like you as a person. You see what I'm saying? So Xavier, you start that shoe line back up. Let your girl know what's going on. Let us know what's going on up in this meta. We'll love to support.
Locker.
Yes.
Yeah, build your Xavier shoe store.
Xavier locker.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get. I'm ready to get it cracking with crack. Try to give me some candy. Or
And
something.
let me tell you this. The guy that one of the scripters that helped build my store, he's building a system where retailers can come in here and your customers are going to be able to purchase right into your world.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's what's up. In world
That's
purchasing.
next
Seriously,
level.
to go
Yes,
to
that's next level, definitely.
Yeah, this definitely good.
He's
level.
building a system where that can actually happen in here. Hopefully, Horizon will get it quicker, so we can do even better. But if they don't, he's working on a system now.
Okay.
This dope. This real dope.
And also, Xavier, too, you always got to do the tried and true, right? If you have an idea, and if your fan base or your whoever, oh, that's crazy. If you have a gut instinct that'll work, try it. Try it. Just try it. Just see if it works. It works. If it doesn't work, but now you know, tried and true, right?
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
What works and what doesn't work. So never be scared or afraid to try or to think outside of the box at all.
And Xavier,
Always
It might
think
just
outside
be
the
your
box.
niche.
Yeah.
let me tell you this real quick story. When I was in college many years ago, I had this Korean friend named Park, and he was just this real funny Korean dude, like to listen to Bob Marley. You know, I thought it was funny, so took a picture of Park, just his face, and stenciled his face onto a T-shirt. Got high, thought it would be funny. Stenciled his face on a T-shirt. Went to school doing some bad hood rat shit. Spray painted his face on the wall inside of the campus, on one of the campuses stairwells. Wore the T-shirt to school one day, and somebody was like, "Oh, who is that? Who was that? Where'd you get that shirt from? Let me get that shirt. Let me get that shirt." Just his face on the T-shirt, and that blew up. People just wanted Park's face on the shirt. So something. It could be, you might think it's stupid. My point in saying that is, like, you might think it's stupid. You might get in your head. You might get that that mentality that tells you I can't, I don't have the, or I'm incapable. Nothing like fuck all that, man. All right, go for it, do it.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
And I do want to
Cause
say
guess
this.
what? Apple. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, well, go finish what you were saying.
No, I wasn't finna say that. I wasn't finna say that. Go ahead.
Before we wrap this up and everything, I do want to add that I have noticed that sometimes you just need to jump into a mind frame. So if you woke up that day and you might have been depressed or sad or whatever, if you just jump into that money mind frame, that money bag mind frame, won't nothing stop
Go
you.
chase a bag, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes,
She
because
right.
when you get in that mind,
Yeah.
your friends that's talking bad about you behind your back, that don't stop you. Your mama that don't believe in you, that don't stop you. The teacher that was talking bad to you, that don't stop you. Nothing stops you when you just jump into that mind frame.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody have anything else they want to
Right.
add before we close out?
No, I think that covered up everything.
No, I think that was really
Yeah,
dope. That was dope.
Support
Right there, right?
businesses. Support businesses.
Support
Follow me
black
on IG,
businesses.
the one Terica.
Support black
Black
businesses.
businesses. It don't
Yes.
take no more than 2 seconds just to like, share, and comment.
That's it. Don't cost you nothing. Don't cost you
It
anything.
don't cost you a dime. It don't cost you
Mm-mm.
nothing.
It's a great
Underground
And you
time
never
to
know
have
who
a
you're
black
gonna
business.
need.
Get it from under the ground.
You never know who
Right.
you're gonna need. You don't share mines, and then you start a business, then you want me to share yours. No.
No, ma'am. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I'm with you on that.
I support those who support
real.
me.
Hold on. Say it again, Bill.
I support those who support me.
And on that note,
Just in
we're
case
going to
y'all didn't
close
hear
it
her
on
say
now. You all have a blessed day.
Amen.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And we'll see you
Yes.
next
Yeah.
time.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
for having me.
Okay, thank you for
having me.
having us.